Hi everyone, MTash here, and I am 7 or 8 hours into Honkai Star Rail beta. I borrowed someone's account. I had a pretty good time playing, and I wanted to give you my quick thoughts on if you are going to like it as a Genshin Impact player. Now, this channel here, Vulcan, I really like Vulcan. He is a good dude. I'm sorry that I paused when you look like that, but he is a handsome, awesome dude. Love his content. He plays tons of gacha games, and he did a review. I completed Honkai Star Rail. Is it worth playing? He got all the way to the end of the beta and everything, and I would recommend watching his video as well. But I'm going to go through some of his footage because I didn't record because I borrowed someone's account, and I didn't want them to get banned. And I'm going to go through some of the footage here because, I mean, we all did essentially the same thing. And I want to talk about a few factors, and if you are going to like this game, and if I'm going to like this game, am I going to cover Honkai Star Rail? I'm about to make an awesome play in Block Blast. Oh, baby. What's Block Blast? Let's have a little chat. Block Blast is simple and easy to play. It is a little bit addictive, and it's a great way to kill some time, whether you're traveling, commuting, or just taking a poop. If you want to get the highest score, challenge your friends, click the link down below and download it today. It's free to play on Android and iOS. It's colorful, beautiful, and lots of fun. Now, I'm going to be finishing this ad right now so I can go play some more Block Blast, and you should too. Thank you so much for sponsoring this video. Click that link, and let's get back into the content. So if you don't want to watch the full video, I'm going to give you my quick Spark Notes version right now. If you like the exploration and open world of Genshin Impact, you probably won't like Honkai Star Rail. If you like Honkai Impact and that exploration and just like the more linear side, you may like this game. Now, if you like Honkai and you like Genshin Impact, you probably like it because of the hot anime characters. Awesome, that's a win. They're in here too. But you probably also like the game because of the combat, the action combat. This is a turn-based game, and if you don't like turn-based games, you won't like this game. It's all turn-based, and for some people, it is super boring. It is not the most fun thing to watch on stream. It is not the most fun thing to watch on a YouTube video, but the strategy side of the game is what's going to be interesting to people and what you might like. It might be a game that you play, but you don't watch it, and that's fine. But you might not like it at all. If you don't like Epic 7, if you don't like Raid Shadow Legends, if you're not interested in Final Fantasy, games like that, you won't like Honkai Star Rail. There's just not much you can do about it, okay? If you don't like the story of Genshin Impact and you're reading all the lore and all the text, you're going to get frustrated because you can't skip through any of the talking. So unless you want to get invested in the quests and the story, you'd better be ready to listen to the characters, which they're voice acted. Most of the stuff is voice acted. You know, it was interesting. I'm not going to call it bad, but if all you want to do is fight and do combat, this probably isn't the game for you. There are activities where you can burn your resin or your daily energy, just like Genshin Impact, where you can just play, and that's going to be your main progression. But, you know, there are lots of quests in the game that you're going to have to do to progress and get through it, everything, right? And it's a lot of talking, just like Genshin. So if you're a Skipper McGee like me, you're probably not going to have as much fun. I wouldn't say that it's a story-based game. Someone in chat just said, is it a story-based game? I wouldn't say it's a story-based game, but it's just like Genshin. There's a lot of talking in between. If you just like to fight, this isn't for you. Until you beat the main campaign, then there's kind of long-term systems. There's like an abyss. There's daily resin usage. It's kind of all that stuff. I guess I can go into some combat here. You know, you've got different abilities. You've got ultimate abilities. There's strategy here. The characters, like, look at these animations. The animations look fantastic, okay? They truly do look fantastic. The character models look really good. And the thing about this game is, you know, if you like building teams, like in Genshin Impact, if you realize, oh, Yelan opens doors and I can do a different build because I have Yelan. I could do a Vaporize comp or a Hyperbloom. That is in here as well. Different characters have different elements, and you're going to need different elements to deal with the elemental shields or the shields of the enemies in game. Also, you're going to need debuffers, you're going to need buffers, you're going to need damage dealers. Just like Genshin Impact, team building is there, but it's going to feel differently because it's turn-based. I think that the turn-based system and the strategy is actually pretty good. They didn't reinvent the wheel, but it's it's pretty good. If you have your ultimate, you can actually skip ahead in turn order, and there's some really funky things here. You could be almost dead. Someone just took their turn, and like everyone's gonna get a turn before them, and then hypothetically, you could use their ultimate to heal everyone. There's situations like that that are really cool. Or there's an enemy about to do a big attack, and you use your ultimate to kill them before they get their turn. There is some cool stuff for sure. I would say that as a turn-based game, it is pretty fun. It's just not for everyone, right? As for like the characters, like the voice acting was pretty good. They all seem pretty unique. They're not really that, like they all have their own personalities, but it's kind of like Genshin Impact where they all have the same like body types. Like there's not a lot of difference. There's no beasts. There's no lizards. There's no creatures. There's no like fairies or like different things really other than the enemies you might fight. But your characters are all hot anime characters. And we know that that's like the MO of Honkai and Genshin. It's like, hey, super hot anime character. I want to collect them. But it's not like other gacha games like Raid Shadow Legends or even Epic 7 where there might be some different units like beast men of some sort. But that's fine. It's not for everyone. I think that's like kind of the main things. If you don't mind doing the daily gacha grind of like spending resin, you might like this game. If you're burnt out on spending resin and 3 weekly bosses and you know, incremental progression, you won't like this game. If you're sick of that stuff like I am, it is daunting already. In the first day, I was like, oh my God, I'm going to have to do these daily commission type things every day. I'm going to have to use my resin every day. It's already daunting on me because I think I'm burnt out on gacha games. And unfortunately, I'm not super hype about that. So much progression is tied behind the dailies that like, I don't like that. I want to just play the game and enjoy and grind and progress. I don't like energy systems. I never have, never will. And so if you don't like that, you're probably not going to like this. And you know, people that are watching this video, maybe you played Genshin and you dropped off really quickly. You would probably do the same on this, if not worse, because at least with Genshin, you could explore and you could spend a long time exploring. This is not the same game. You can't just go out and climb that mountain and find a bunch of chests and go here and go there. If you jump into Genshin today, the amount of time that you can just play with no barriers, finding quests and doing all the puzzles around Liyue and Mondstadt is like a ton. I do not see that here. This is like follow the main stories, get into the kind of the dungeons long term and then progress. And there are things like the Abyss that you're going to need better gear and better characters and particular characters to deal with the bosses or the enemies or whatever you want to call it. And you're going to chip away at that. But not a lot of content where you just go out and explore in this game, from what I can tell. I think it's going to be popular. I think it's going to be good amongst people that like turn-based games. I will probably play it. I just don't know if I'm going to be grinding it forever or if I will get bored myself. I think that it will be 15% as popular as Genshin Impact, if I had to guess. Maybe 20% as popular. I do not think that the same people that played Genshin Impact will play this game. I think a lot of people that are burned on Genshin Impact or annoyed won't give this a try. I think that the fall off of people playing this will be very rapid. I don't see it being as hype, but it doesn't mean it's a bad game. I think it might just be something that, you know, people enjoy in their spare time. They you know, play it on the train kind of thing. But I am not blown away and like, oh God, everyone's going to love this. Like, example, just to give you an example. If someone made a Genshin Impact anime RPG that was like Elden Ring, so like all the exploration and the combat of Genshin Impact maybe, but like Elden Ring and crazy bosses and lots of weapons, like a game like that, I would go, holy shit, everyone's going to play this. I would see it and the potential of it and be like, oh my God, this is the next thing. This is the big thing. This is not that. This is not that game. It is not going to change everything. It is not going to be something that you're all freaking out about. And I'm guessing a lot of Genshin people will not they flat out won't enjoy the game. They just won't. And so I'm going to be straight up with you guys. I'm probably going to play it. I might make a couple videos depending, how they do, depending how much fun I'm having. There is lots of builds and characters and team comps that you can do. Can I speed up my team? Can I shield my team? Can I heal my team? Can I debuff the enemies? Can I control them and freeze them? There's different stuff. There's different elements and you can, do some combos that are pretty cool. You can open up the fight and freeze the units and make them lose a turn. And like there's some stuff. There's some stuff for sure. I think that if this game is to succeed, it needs some cool endgame hard dungeons, some clan boss type stuff. They need some PvP. And I honestly haven't been following along with the dev stuff. I don't know if there's going to be PvP. I have no idea if there's going to be PvP. But in Epic 7, they've got RTA, which is real-time arena. You draft your different units, you make a team, you fight. Super fun, in my opinion. I think it's super fun. If they don't have an RTA system in this game, it just limits how badly you would want to grind content and grind your characters. But the other thing I will say is, in Epic 7, getting copies of a character typically only gives you like a percentage HP bonus or a percentage attack bonus or whatever. Like it's kind of incremental or small. In this game, getting constellations would be drastically different in my opinion. And so I don't know. I think that wailing out in Epic 7, especially due to the cost, doesn't completely destroy PvP. In this game, it would. It would kill it. You automatically lose. I think that's kind of where I'm at. I don't know. I think it's fun. It's fine, but I'm not like blown away and think it's the next big thing. I guess I could have been playing some of this gameplay in the background. Like I know I was just chatting. Like it's beautiful. It's beautiful animations for sure. Like the storyline was pretty cool. Overall, I don't think that it's like unpolished or something crazy like that. I just don't think it's for everyone. But I would listen to Vulcan because he rates a lot of it high. Like the combat, 8 out of 10. He likes turn-based though. He rates a lot of these things really high. And he's like, yeah, they're pretty good systems. And he's kind of feeling the same way. Is it depends what the end game is. Depends what they end up doing with this game. The first little bit of the game, I'm sure, is fun. But it really depends when you start doing the more like dungeon type content, min-maxing your gear. Where do you use it? And we know what they did with Genshin. Are they going to do the same thing here? That's pretty much all I have to say. Honkai Star Rail is just more of a niche game than Genshin will ever be. I think that if you don't like turn-based, you won't like it. I think that most people are just going to dabble, and then they're going to quit, and they're going to wait for the next region of Genshin, in my opinion. Yeah, apparently the release date for this is like April 26th or something like that. It got leaked on the Google store or something like that. So it's pretty close. It's not too far. I mean, I guess we have all of March and then into April. So they have some time. But what are you going to do in April in Genshin Impact? Probably nothing. Try a new game out. See if you like it. So that's where I'm at. Anyways, I don't have much more to say. Definitely watch his video and his review of it. It's not a bad game. I'm not sold on it being this like God's gift to gaming. If you look at Blue Protocol, like everyone is like, oh, Blue Protocol is the next big thing. Maybe it is. I don't know if it's going to be, but I think that if you're thinking Honkai Star Rail will be that next big thing everyone's playing, it's not Blue Protocol. Wuthering Waves, I have more hype for Wuthering Waves than Honkai Star Rail. Especially if you're a Genshin fan. It's so different. It's such a different experience. Like literally, it's like saying, okay, well, you play Genshin Impact, here's a football game. Like it's not really the same thing other than anime. It's like, here's an anime football game. They're not the same thing. Yeah, hot anime characters hucking balls at each other's face. Perfect. But it's not going to engage you the same way. So anyways, that's it. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that little, I don't know. It's like a mini review. I need a whole bunch of footage to go over these things properly, but I just wanted to give you kind of my first impressions. I will probably grind it for the first few days and then do a legitimate big review. Maybe I can get more access before. I don't know. We'll see. But I didn't want to put any more time into the beta, considering I'm going to lose all my stuff. And that might also be part of the reason why I'm not super hype, because in any sort of beta like this, I don't really care about the progression, and progression is a very important thing in a game like this. And when I know everything is going to go away, it just kind of neuters my hype. I'm not going to freak out about this gear that I got, or like, I feel like the dopamine highs are always going to be muddled, because even if I get really lucky on the banners, that's not my account, and I'll never get that account. I never get to keep it. Okay, so the other thing that I almost forgot to bring up is the banners, the characters, getting all the characters. If you are frustrated in Genshin Impact not getting the characters you want, very similar system, very similar pity. It takes a lot of wishes to get a character. And my recommendation for anyone playing this game, re-roll, even though, I guess it's going to depend officially how many wishes we get at launch. If you get like 30, 40 wishes, I would re-roll endlessly until you get a couple of the obvious good meta picks. I'm sure there'll be some tier lists, but if you are not re-rolling and getting a couple 5 stars, you could be, days and days into playing before you get your next one or before you get your first one. It is going to be just like Genshin Impact. We're talking like 80 wishes to get a 5-star. And I would be very careful with this game because, like, again, there's weapon banners that can, just destroy you, absolutely destroy you, dude. MTash, I read that there's a 5-star selector. Okay, yeah, apparently after 300 rolls, you can choose a 5-star. That's crazy, that's good, but 300? The other thing with that is you're most likely not going to want to wish on the normal banner. And so to get the 300 roll pity on the normal banner might never happen. Like it might take you like 2 years to do it. I don't know. Have I done 300 rolls on the normal banner? Like period in Genshin Impact on my account? Have I done 300 rolls? Maybe I've hit that point, but it's a long time, bro. Like it's forever. I wouldn't rely on that. I haven't looked fully into all the rates and all the systems, but it's essentially the same thing. It's essentially the same as the Genshin banners. There's going to be the normal, the weapon. There's a character banners that are going to rotate. And I would recommend for anyone playing the game to re-roll. Get a 5-star early, get them to carry your account and progress your account, and then start playing. Because even if you have terrible luck on the account long term, at least you got really lucky right at the start, and you have something to kind of ground your account and kind of trampoline off of. And the other thing too is I would re-roll for one of the banner characters, but also get a good quantity of the other units, because the other units, you do need a lot of elements in the game, and there's debuffers, there's buffers, there's a lot of different things you need, and in a game like this you need more characters to succeed long term. So I would definitely try to re-roll and get like one of the kind of 5-star characters and then some of the 4-star characters, so that you're well diversed if you can. So anyways, that's it for me. I don't have much more to say on the topic, and Honkai Star Rail, we'll see when it fully drops.